I want to talk to you about 50,000 emergency loans for poor credit, no personal guarantee. Okay, so here are the top lenders I want to share with you. If you're looking for a maximum loan of $50,000, no personal guarantee, emergency loan, and you have poor credit, think about Upgrade. What I love about Upgrade is that you can get the cash real fast. Okay, and Upgrade is constantly working on its underwriting models to make sure that you get approved no matter what your FICO score really is, okay? And there is no personal guarantee, by the way. There is no, there's nothing that will ask you. They'll look at your credit score, but they'll also look at other elements on your credit application, on your loan application, actually. They'll look at your job history, your salary, how much you're making, your pay, okay? But also your past repayment history, if you have current or past loans to actually think about. Okay, so with Upgrade, you're getting a maximum of $50,000, minimum $1,000, and that's actually no not like poor credit emergency loans. Okay, and they will charge you an APR that goes from 8% all the way to 36%. So your final APR will depend on your FICO score, but also your financial history. In other words, your pay, your like not just how much you have outstanding, but also your DTI, your debt to income ratio. So what I love about Upgrade is that if you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, you are able to get approved real fast. Okay, so you have funding within one business day. And this lender, and that's a good thing, this lender allows co-applicants and secured loans. If for any reason you want to collateralize the loan, you can actually get approved also, okay? And the loan terms are also pretty good. I mean, you're looking at 2 years all the way to 7 years. So that gives you a lot of flexibility, a lot of possibilities also. So 2 years to 7 years. So that's really good. And one thing I love is that you also have a wide range of repayment term options, especially if you're looking for anything between like 2 and 7 years. If you look for, let's say you look for 2 years and 3 months, 2 years and 7 years, they will work out stuff with you when you are actually going through the application process. And by the way, with the Upgrade, you do have a pre-qualification tool, so you have the possibility to pre-qualify. So please use that tool. It's a soft tool process. You can see how much you can qualify for. If you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, I want you to think about Upstart. And Upstart is really good in the sense that you can actually get a maximum loan amount of $50,000. Okay. But Upstart is way better than Upgrade when it comes to the APR, because they're giving you a minimum APR of 6% and a maximum of 36%, okay, 6%. And loan terms go from 36 months all the way to 60 months. So this is something to really account for. What I love about Upstart is that Upstart is really, really for those who have no credit also. So if you have a credit score of 300, you could still qualify for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee through Upstart. Okay, so this lender actually are committed to helping all kinds of credit profiles, including college students and graduates. Okay, with no credit history. So this is kind of cool, and funding is actually fast as well. Okay. So if you are looking for an emergency loan, you want to go for Upstart, okay? So you have funding the next business day and no minimum income requirements, okay? So this is really good. The only thing is Upstart, sort of Upgrade, does have an origination fee that can go all the way to 12%, okay? This is kind of high in my view, but hey, listen, it is what it is. And you only have 2 repayment term options, 36 months and 60 months, okay? And there is also a late payment fee to actually account for. So something to really think about, okay? So one thing I want to say here is that What I love about Upstart is that it has been around for a while now. The company was funded was funded in 20 founded in 2012. Okay, and they've been lending to all kinds of credit profiles for the last 10 to 15 years. So this is really good. Okay, and they do have competitive APRs for all kinds of credit profiles. If you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, I want you to think about Lending Club this year. I mean, Lending Club is really good in the sense that it allows you to get funded real fast. Okay, now Lending Club may not give you a maximum loan amount of $50,000, but they'll give you close to it. They'll give you $40,000, and you are able to actually borrow twice. In other words, you can actually have two outstanding loans. Okay, and that's how you actually get to the $50,000. And the cool thing about Lending Club is that they are really fast too in terms of funding you. So you can be funded within 24 to 36 hours. Okay, and the loan terms in terms of the repayment window, you are looking at 24 months all the way to 72 months. Okay, so that's 2 years all the way to six years. Okay, so that's still good anyway. The APR ranges from 8% all the way to 36%. So if you're looking for a fast funding, if you want funding real fast, really Lending Club could be a good candidate for you to think about. Okay, so basically, that's what people are saying too. Though I mean, people who have borrowed from Lending Club are saying that most loan applications can be approved in a few hours, and the funds can be delivered to the borrower's account shortly after. Okay, so your funding time will depend on your situation, but you can expect loan proceeds actually in a few days. So this is really good from a flexibility point of view. So if you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, Lending Club is a really good lender to really think about. So what are the pros and cons here? Pros: we have a quick lending decision, direct payment for debt consolidation. This lender allows co-applicants. It allows also borrowers to refinance and get more cash. So this is really good. But you do have to account for an origination fee, and that origination fee can go all the way to 8%. So this is kind of high in my view, but hey, listen, it is what it is. It can be as high as 8%. And you also have a late payment fee to account for if you were to go through Lending Club this year. If you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, I want you to think about Universal Credit this year. And Universal Credit will give you a maximum emergency loan for $50,000. And so basically you are looking at $1,000 to $50,000. That's the range. And you're looking at an APR range that goes from 11% all the way to 36%. 11% to 36%. Okay. So this is something that really, that's kind of interesting. The loan terms 36 months and 60 months. So you kind of have a kind of like a similar setup as Upstart, by the way. And Upstart actually owns Universal Credit, even though they have different underwriting requirements based on those two programs. Okay. So what I love about Universal Credit is that they do accept applications from borrowers with credit scores that are even lower than 580. So if you don't qualify for an unsecured loan, this lender may offer you a secured loan backed by your car, for instance, okay, or something else that is of value to you, an asset, if you will. So basically, the pros here: this lender offers a wide range of loan amounts. There is no minimum income requirements to really think about. And they may offer auto-secured loans, okay? On the flip side, you have high APRs to actually account for. You have a minimum 5% origination fees, or 5% origination fee to really think about. and you do have also limited repayment term options. Okay, so that's something to really to keep in mind, especially if you are trying to get approved real fast. Okay, and Universal Credit remains an online lending platform based in San Francisco, California, and they've been offering personal loans since 2020. So they're relatively new, but like I said, their parent company, Upstart, has been around since 2012, 2011. So that's really good. If you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, I want you to think about Patelco Credit Union. So Patelco is a credit union. So in other words, you need to become a member before actually qualifying for a personal loan, for an emergency personal loan through the company. Okay. And so basically, the cool thing about Patelco is that you are getting an emergency loan, poor credit, that goes from $300 all the way to $100,000. Can you imagine that? $100,000. This is really good. And the loan terms go from 6 months all the way to 84 months. So you're looking at 6 months all the way to 7 years. Okay. So Patelco actually will give you an APR that goes from 8% all the way to 17.90%. Okay. So the pros and cons here: we have flexible loan amounts and repayment terms. We have low APRs, no origination fee, and you have same-day funding possible. So this is really good from a flexibility point of view. Same-day funding possible. And also, co-borrowers are allowed. So if you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, and you want to maybe you want to add another co-borrower, then this is totally fine. You can really be you can be approved as well. Okay. The only thing is, remember that you must become a member to apply for a loan. You have branches only in California, and in some cases they might ask you for a minimum credit score can be high. But overall, if you have poor credit, Patelco can really work with you. Not a problem. Okay. Patelco actually they do have physical branches in California, but they do accept members from all over the country. So this is really good. If you're looking for an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, you want to also think about Prosper this year. And you want to think about Prosper because Prosper is offering a pretty good product. Okay. Prosper is giving you anywhere from $2,000 to $50,000 in emergency loan for poor credit. And the APR range goes from 9% all the way to 36%. And the loan terms go from 24 months all the way to 60 months. So 24 months to 60 months. Okay. That's really good in terms of flexibility. If you were to ask me, that's really fantastic. So Prosper actually is really good in the sense that it is not usually your, it is not your typical lender, because it is a peer-to-peer lending platform. Okay. So if you have a poor credit and you're looking for an emergency loan, you can apply on the platform. Co-borrowers are also allowed, and funding can be made as soon as the next business day. So this is really good. So in terms of the advantages, you have joint applications, you have fast funding, and you have no minimum income requirements. So there is no minimum income requirements to actually account for. Okay. On the flip side, you have origination fee up to 10%. Okay. And also, Prosper does have a poor JD Power rating. So this could be a little problematic, especially if you were to look at what people are actually are complaining about, okay, so to speak. But the cool thing, what I love about Prosper is that it's been around for 20 years, more than 20 years. I mean, the company started in 2005. So you do have some kind of proven track record to fall back on, okay? And also, the company actually lends in all 50 states. So this is really good. There's no restriction. There's no geo restriction to actually account for. So this is really good. So that means what? It means no matter where you live in this country, you can qualify for a loan, for an emergency loan. But don't forget though, there is an origination fee that goes from 1% to 10%. So this can be problematic, but hey, listen, it is what it is. So I just shared with you the top 6 emergency loans, poor credit, no personal guarantee to really think about this year. Let me share with you some overview here. So when it comes to an emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee, you have to really compare the best personal loans that are good for you, right? And you want to look at maybe you want to look at the APR, the annual percentage rate, to make sure that this is actually something that you're willing to pay. I mean, I know you have poor credit, but do not accept any triple digit APR, for instance. No, because you will be the one on the hook to repay the loan anyway. You'll be the one paying those interest rates. Okay, so think about the origination fee. You saw a little earlier that most of these lenders, they charge you an origination fee that goes from 2% to 10%. So big question is how much are you willing to pay, if any, if at all, in terms of origination fee? And what is the credit score they're willing to accept? Because I said poor credit, but you have poor credit and then poor credit. Some poor credit are really poor. Like, in other words, they go all the way to 300, and some are like 400, 500, or whatever. Okay. Also, think about joint application. So if the lender actually allows you to have a joint application, that's even better, because that means you are increasing your chances of being approved. Okay. But the bottom line here is what? Maybe what you're looking for is not an emergency loan. Maybe it's just you want an emergency line of credit, for instance. And this could be a possibility too. So instead of getting a loan, it's just better to have a line of credit that you can tap into every now and then, as opposed to going and apply for a loan all the time. Okay. But one thing for sure, whether you go for a line of credit or an emergency loan, please always start with a soft pull. Okay, you want to go for those lenders that allow you to have a soft pull. For instance, in today's conversation, the lenders that I shared with you, Upgrade does have a soft pull, so they have a pre-qualification tool. So does Upstart. So does Lending Club. So does Universal Credit, and so does Prosper. Only Patelco Credit Union is the institution, the lender, that doesn't have a rate qualification tool, like a pre-qualification tool. So when you go with Patelco, even though they're giving you a maximum loan amount, a maximum emergency loan of $100,000, they're doing a hard pull. They don't do a soft pull and then a hard pull later on. They do a hard pull right away. So be sure you're comfortable that they're going to check your credit right away before going to this lender. In conclusion to this conversation, I share with you the emergency loan, poor credit, no personal guarantee. I share with you the lenders, Upgrade, Upstart, Lending Club, Universal Credit, Patelco Credit Union, and Prosper. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.